Okay. So you're in front of your laptop, and you're scrolling down your Facebook newsfeed, and you come across pictures after pictures of organizations asking for you to donate for their cause, asking for you to donate to Palestine for the recent people who suffered the floods in Malaysia, and lots of other causes. And the thing is, you being a student, I'm sure each and every one of you would wish that you can contribute and donate at least some money to them. But being a student, like, we've got no income. Like, where will the money come from when we don't even have enough money for our savings? But brothers and sisters, today I would like to share with you how you can raise the money for the donation that you want to give. So this is what my topic is going to be about, the Dash for Cash. A quick way, also an easy way for you to raise money, for you to help our brothers and sisters for their cause, or for you to raise money for what you want. I'm going to share with you examples, personal examples that I've seen and I've gone through, and they're not meant to show my achievements, but they're meant for you to learn and to be even better than what I have done. So firstly, so I'd like to bring your attention to this graph. Please come out. Alright, it's okay. We'll skip the graph then. But the graph is to show comparison between effort and impact. How much impact you put and, how much effort you give in and how much impact you create. So the graph is like this. The effort, you can give a lot of effort, there it is, or you can give less effort or high effort, and then you can give impact, which is either low or high. But what we'd like to focus on is to give the least possible energy, so you can do even more, but create the most impact, which is the one up here. Least effort but high impact. So my points for today are going to be based on the acronym of DASH, D-A-S-H. So the first one, D. Oh, sorry. So for my first one, D stands for devise a plan. So what I've gone through is that when it was about 5 years ago, I'd like to share this example with you. It was about 5 years ago, and I came across this, like what you come across, a plea for a donation, but it was for a cleft lip organization. So what they did was that they needed money for them to run free surgeries. And my dad suggested, hey, how about you give speeches to people you know, and then let people sign on a huge banner, and then how about we go to India personally and give the money to them, and also, like, you know, pass the money personally to the organization. So in devising a plan, there's 3 things that we need. Number 1, a timeline. Number 2, a list of things to do. And number 3, the overview, which includes what exactly you'll be doing, how much money you need to make, what's the timeline, who you need to engage with, and basically all the finer details to make sure you put in the least effort possible, but creating the maximum impact that you can have. So the outcome of that 5 years ago was in January. We created this the plan. In February, I gave speeches to just a few places, and finally in June, we flew to India and passed the money personally to them. It's possible for a student like me, and I'm sure that you guys can do even better. So in total, the money raised was 1,400 ringgit in just 6 months. So moving on to the next letter. Sorry, so that's D then. So moving on, A. What does A stand for? A stands for ask for advice. And this is one of my most inspiring and most favorite stories that I've ever come across. So asking for advice, this is a story about this young boy who was at that time 11 years old. He had a friend who was from South Africa, no, who was a Malaysian, but he had to fly to South Africa to further his studies. And when he wanted to visit his friend in South Africa, my parents said, we don't have the budget for that money. If you want the money, you're going to have to raise it yourself. But, you know, with us helping. So, this particular boy, who happens to be my youngest brother, he loves experimenting in the kitchen. So what he did was that he created cookies and he sold them. He sold them to lots of different people. He gave talks to make sure that people know about it, and well, open booths to inform people, and ultimately it was promoted by itself. Other people started talking about it, and eventually, alhamdulillah, in 4 months, he managed to raise the 4,000 ringgit that he needed for a plane ticket to South Africa. But he was 11 years old, and how much does an 11-year-old know about raising money and about, you know, all these marketing ploys and plots and everything? So right now, this is him, the cookiepreneur, is Alia. But if it was not because of these people, oops, you guys saw the pictures now? Right. My parents and my business-minded elder brother, he wouldn't have been able to. So the A stands for ask for advice, meaning when there's something that you want to do, ask for people who's gone through difficulties, who's gone through failures, so that you can even do better than them and you don't repeat their mistakes. And if you do make your own mistakes, then you know you're not going to repeat the same mistakes, you're going to be even better, and that's what you can share with other people. So next, S stands for share smart. This means that when you want to raise funds, obviously you're going to have to tell people about it, how you share with other people. And this includes what exactly you share, how you share it, and the timing that you share it. For example, when you want to tell people about the poster, like what I showed earlier on your Facebook feed, you're going to have to make a poster about it, and like who's going to make it, and when exactly are you going to launch it, how long is it going to be done. And one of the examples I'd like to share with you, this is the story that I said I'd tell later on in the afternoon session about how my book started. It was purely incidental, alhamdulillah. When I was in second year, we met with a group of Somalian refugees nearby our college. So they couldn't work because they didn't have, they were refugees. So we went and did medical checkup there. But one day when I visited them, I saw that they had this menu. It was like a white piece of paper with some really bad photos. It wasn't bad, it was like poorly taken photos, just lines of names of food with grammar. It was a menu of them selling their food. So when I saw it, I thought that, hey, I want to do something for them and maybe like help design a menu that can better capture other people's attention so that your business can possibly thrive. So at that time, it was my my first professional exam, an exam that you have to sit to go from clinical to pre-clinical. So what happened was that I needed to raise 300 ringgit. And although it was really close to our exams, I tried to find a way. And in fact, that was a blessing in disguise, because the only way I could think of raising money at that time was to sell illustrated my notes during just before exam. So at that time, when I photocopied it, when I sold it off, like a lot of people bought it in one go because everyone's like trying to cram in for exam. So because of that, the timing, which is just before exam, the what, which is the notes, it helped to raise the money in a short period of time. And alhamdulillah, the money was achieved in just 5 days. 300 ringgit. So the next and the final one, the one that I'd like to share with you, is H, which stands for help from Him. Now, miracles happen, but sometimes you've got to pray for them. So there was this old folks home, which is in Kajang, and they housed old men who were disabled or unwanted by their children. And somehow it got to be that there were too many men staying there, that some of them had to stay at like the outside, the patio. So, and nearing at that time as well, the owner of this house, which is somebody else, told the residents that, you know, if you don't pay up money, we're gonna kick you guys out. Like, you guys can't have this house. So, what my parents did when they heard about this, they thought, hey, let's raise at least 10% of the 300,000 that's needed for this house, and let's help them. Where can you find 30,000 in such a short period of time, right? But what happened was that when they told people about this cause, one guy all the way in Oman called out my parents and said, hey, I want to donate 15,000 ringgit to this cause. And mashallah, that's like, how did he know about it? Where did it come from? It's something beyond what you can imagine. It's something that you never ever expect. So if there's nothing that you took from this speech today except for this part, I'd really like you to take this part home, which is about Salat Duha. The prayer itself, the prayer, the dua, which really, which touches my heart the most, the meaning of it, which means, part of it, oh Allah, if the rizq is from the skies, please bring it down. If it's from the ground, please bring it up. If it's really difficult, please make it easy. If it's far away, please make it close. So getting a miracle, you can't expect when it will come. It can come anytime, but when it does, it'll come with the right person at the right time, at the right place, and everything falls perfectly. So 42,000 ringgit was raised in just 3 months. Alhamdulillah, I think he managed to keep the house at that time. So, in summary, D for devise a plan, A for ask for advice, S for share smartly, and H, get your help from him. And I hope that you're able to raise the money that you need, whether it's for a cause, whether it's for personal needs. I really do hope that, you know, Muslims need to be rich. We need to help other people, and sometimes it's not just through dua. Greatly, it can be through dua, but we also need to take action to do something for them. And finally, if anyone's interested to like purchase Stratus cookies, or this is the book that was come up with, it'll be available outside during Asar only. So remember, dash for cash. All right.